Culture in France.
With Alison Hurd. You know what it's like, a tune takes your fancy and you start tapping your foot, but some have turned it into an art form. Welcome to the world of brush, flap, shuffle, ball change and cramp roll with ROxane Butterfly.
There was something about tap that defied gender, age, race. It was just a very accepting art form.
The New York Times has called French woman ROxane Butterfly the John Coltrane of tap. She's one of New York's most dynamic tap dancers, cut her teeth with Jimmy Slide from the acclaimed Original Hoofers, and has performed with top Afro-American tap dancer Savion Glover. She's now trying to get the French to recognise and appreciate tap as an art form. I met her after a performance of her latest show, Djellaba Groove, in Paris, where she first told me about her love of tap.
Tap dance for me is a major art form because it's both dance and music. You have to be a musician, you have to be a dancer, and you have to be good at both. It's a long apprenticeship. It's extremely demanding, much more than what people think. But what I liked in it is that it's based on improvisation a lot, and there's something about tap that is reinvention. It's a language that keeps reinventing itself. Within the last 15 years, the technique, even the shoe, has incredibly evolved. Tap came out of jazz. Actually, jazz came out of tap. The music was created to go with the dance. And there is something about empowerment within the seed of tap because it's a language that was born out of slavery. It was born on the plantation. As you heard in the show, there is a little moment where I evoke Congo Square, New Orleans, Hollywood, the plantation.
Okay, so it came out of the same roots as blues?
Absolutely. And to me, what's interesting with Djellaba Groove is that I kind of take tap back to the motherland, which is Africa, but I place myself within that history as a person who is connected with the continent, because I was born in a neighborhood in the south of France, which was an immigrant neighborhood, so with a lot of North African influences, West African. And the music that I recall when I go away, when I live in New York, when I miss home, is this kind of atmosphere, this kind of mix of sound, music, the voice of Kulthum always around in the market, as I evoked to in one of the pieces here. And coming back to France, to me, was going back towards my Mediterranean roots, towards France and towards Morocco, which is where my mother was born.
In her new show, Djellaba Groove, ROxane Butterfly has found inspiration in the Gnawa, spiritual healers who perform trance-inducing rituals.
The footwork that the men are doing while they dance are extremely syncopated. It's stunning. I learned a lot from watching them. There, the dance and the music are directly connected. They are a projection into the beyond, the invisible. And what I like to do in my show is to invite the people into what we do through a very set system of choreography, very sophisticated with a lot of counterpoints. Everybody has a different role. And then when the audience is together with us, is to branch out and tap, literally speaking, into this invisible spinning around. I do that all the time. I take myself into a spin because I know it's going to make me dizzy. And I want people to come and get that, because that's where the real performance for me is. I want people to feel dizzy with me.
Still, for the moment, it's an uphill struggle getting the French to embrace this relatively unknown dance form.
I make a living as a soloist in New York, and with that I come back here and I feed into my choreographic passion.